In the tranquil, yet fiercely combative world of 17th century Japan, a figure emerges whose name echoes through the annals of history: Miyamoto Musashi. His legacy, immortalized in Eiji Yoshikawa's novel Musashi, serves as both a tale of personal growth and a rich portrayal of samurai culture, with all its complexities, contradictions, and struggles. As one delves into Yoshikawa's rendition, they are not simply transported to an age of clashing swords and philosophical duels, but rather, they are invited into a deeper examination of what it truly meant to be a samurai, a concept that transcended mere martial prowess to encompass honor, duty, and an unwavering commitment to tradition. Yet, as we explore this world, it becomes evident that the samurai identity is fraught with inner conflict and external pressures, leading many to question: what is the true nature of a samurai? How do identity, duty, and tradition come together to form the samurai ethos? And how does this complex interplay shape the characters, particularly Musashi himself, within Yoshikawa's narrative? In this essay, we will unravel how Musashi navigates the intricate layers of samurai culture, examining the characters' personal struggles, their adherence to or defiance of tradition, and their search for a deeper meaning in a world built on the ideals of Bushido. Through this lens, we will explore how Yoshikawa's epic reflects both the glory and the burden of samurai life, offering a vivid portrayal of a bygone era and a culture that continues to resonate in the modern world. Before we dive deeper into this captivating exploration of samurai culture in Musashi, let me extend a warm welcome to all of you joining us today at the Unfolding Journey channel. If you're passionate about history, literature, and exploring the multifaceted layers of cultural narratives, then you're in the right place. In this channel, we embark on a variety of thought-provoking journeys through classic novels, historical epics, and timeless traditions from all over the world. Whether you're revisiting an old favorite or encountering new ideas for the first time, we hope to spark curiosity and invite you to think critically about the narratives that have shaped our world. Now, let's begin our deep dive into the samurai world of Musashi, a world rich with honor, conflict, and the search for identity. At the heart of Musashi is the figure of Miyamoto Musashi, a historical figure whose real-life accomplishments have been mythologized over centuries. However, Yoshikawa's depiction is not a straightforward retelling of events. Instead, it offers readers a rich tapestry of the social, political, and cultural dynamics of the early Edo period in Japan. The novel opens during a time when Japan was transitioning from a period of constant warfare to a more stable, though no less challenging, era under the Tokugawa shogunate. The samurai, once the dominant military class, now found themselves in an evolving role. Their traditional purpose, which had once been defined by battle and conquest, was gradually shifting to one of service to the shogunate and adherence to a new code of peace and discipline. In this context, the samurai identity becomes a complex, sometimes contradictory, amalgamation of warrior virtues and societal expectations. While their swords remained a symbol of power and honor, the political stability that had been achieved meant that their martial skills were no longer put to use as frequently. This presents a challenge to the samurai's sense of purpose, leading to a redefinition of their role in society. Yoshikawa captures this delicate transformation, particularly through the character of Musashi. Musashi is initially depicted as a wandering, almost reckless figure, seeking to find his own path while grappling with the weight of his family's samurai heritage. Throughout the novel, his journey mirrors the larger societal shift, as he must learn to reconcile his martial instincts with the responsibilities that come with being a samurai. One of the key themes in Musashi is the tension between individual identity and the collective identity of the samurai class. This tension is embodied in Musashi's personal journey. At the beginning of the novel, Musashi is portrayed as an outsider, unbound by the conventional expectations of samurai life. He is impulsive, unruly, and seemingly disconnected from the traditional values that define the samurai ethos. His lack of adherence to the Bushido code, particularly in his early years, sets him apart from the traditional samurai figure who values loyalty, honor, and discipline above all else. This clash between individualism and tradition is not limited to Musashi alone. Throughout the novel, Yoshikawa introduces various characters who are also grappling with this dichotomy. For example, characters like Kojiro Sasaki, Musashi's rival, and Otsu, Musashi's love interest, also struggle with their roles within the rigid structures of samurai culture. While Kojiro represents a samurai who has perfected the way of the sword, His obsession with the formalities of Bushido often leaves him disconnected from deeper emotional and spiritual understanding. Atsu, on the other hand, represents the more traditional samurai woman, bound by duty, but she too faces moments of inner conflict as she navigates her love for Musashi and the expectations of her family and society. The central question that Musashi poses is whether it is possible to remain true to one's own sense of self, while simultaneously adhering to the strict codes of samurai duty and honor. Musashi's personal evolution throughout the novel, from a brash and undisciplined youth to a wise and respected swordsman, mirrors this struggle. As Musashi matures, he learns not only the art of combat, but also the art of self-control, mindfulness, and balance, qualities that represent the spiritual and philosophical side of the samurai identity. In samurai culture, duty and honor were not just personal values. They were essential elements of the entire societal framework. For the samurai, the concept of Bushido, the way of the warrior, was both a moral code and a spiritual path. Duty to one's lord, family, and country was paramount, and failure to uphold this duty could result in disgrace or even death. The emphasis on honor was so intense that the samurai were often willing to sacrifice their own lives to protect their reputation and uphold the honor of their families. Yoshikawa portrays this aspect of samurai culture through the character's sense of duty, especially in the context of Musashi's evolving relationships with others. His early years are marked by a profound sense of aimlessness, but his later actions reflect a deeper understanding of the importance of duty, not just to others, but to himself. As Musashi progresses in his journey, he starts to internalize the deeper, less rigid elements of Bushido. He learns that true honor is not about blind adherence to tradition, but about mastering oneself and remaining true to one's convictions. Interestingly, Musashi's journey toward understanding duty is juxtaposed with his evolving philosophy on combat. While he initially sees fighting as a means to prove his skill and achieve personal glory, he ultimately comes to understand that true mastery is found in restraint and self-awareness. This realization is symbolic of the samurai's duty not just to fight, but to protect and preserve the greater good. Another important aspect of samurai culture explored in Musashi is the tension between tradition and the changing world. During the time in which the novel is set, Japan was undergoing a transformation under the Tokugawa shogunate, with a focus on peace, stability, and governance. This period marked the decline of the samurai's martial role and the rise of other classes, such as the merchant class, which began to flourish. Samurai, once revered as the highest class in Japanese society, now faced a world in which their traditional role was becoming less relevant. This shift created uncertainty within the samurai class, as many struggled to adapt to their new position in society. Yoshikawa deftly captures this historical shift through Musashi's evolving relationship with his own tradition. While Musashi respects the old ways, he is not afraid to challenge them when they no longer serve him or the greater good. Through Musashi, Yoshikawa suggests that tradition is not something to be blindly followed, but rather something to be understood and, when necessary, adapted to the circumstances of the present. Eiji Yoshikawa's Musashi presents a complex and multi-layered portrayal of samurai culture, one that goes beyond the simplistic notion of the samurai as mere warriors. Through Musashi's journey, the novel explores the tensions between individual identity and societal expectations, the complexities of duty and honor, and the ongoing struggle to reconcile tradition with a changing world. Musashi's evolution from an impulsive young man to a wise, disciplined swordsman reflects not just the personal growth of a single character, but also the broader evolution of samurai culture in a time of profound societal change. As we reflect on Musashi's story, we come to understand that the samurai ethos is not a static set of rules, but a living, evolving philosophy that seeks balance between the individual and the collective, between tradition and progress. Through this rich narrative, Yoshikawa invites us to reconsider the nature of identity, duty, and honor, not only in the context of samurai culture, but in our own lives as well. If you've enjoyed this exploration of Musashi and the complexities of samurai culture, don't forget to subscribe to the Unfolding Journey channel for more deep dives into history, literature, and culture. Stay with us on this journey of discovery and reflection, and let's continue to unravel the stories that shape our world. Be sure to hit the bell icon so you don't miss out on any future content. Thank you for joining us today.